Hello guys, welcome back to a movie review when we just came out of the theaters and we just came out seeing Transformers 1. And this is a budget movie of a $75 million.
Wow, not 100?
Not 100.
Okay.
You know, this is a movie that is definitely not marketed for us, like old men, out there that actually loves Transformers.
Yeah.
But guess what? No humans. Holy shit, they did it.
Finally, no humans.
No humans. But I don't think they understand what film that we actually wanted to have no humans in, right?
They did not. They never do.
They never do, right?
Nope.
They're like talking about, oh, you want no humans, right?
Yeah.
So let's do a full-on CGI animation style, not the actual thing that we really want.
Yeah.
But either way, I know it's not going to be for us. So I know I'm coming here with an open-minded because I saw the trailers. We saw how it's going to look.
Yes.
And does it hit for us, or does it just kind of feels like just kind of a skip kind of thing? So we're just going to tell you our opinions right now. So go ahead, boy. What do you think of this film?
All right, I'll just cut to the chase. It was a mediocre film. There's no denying it. If you see the trailer, you know what to expect. I am very sick of these cookie cutter films, animation wise, I mean, with the same stories and the same characters. You know, you got your girl boss, you got the brothers in arms and stuff like that.
Scarlett Johansson plays as
Alita
yes. 1.
Which, they did this whole... So we as you know, the movie's not out yet.
Yes.
At least during this time. We just saw the very first one here. They showed us, how fun the cast and stuff was. The biggest problem I had with this film...
Yes. Yeah, remember, you're a big Transformers fan.
Yes.
So this is a guy... It's coming from
I knew they'd change the story and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, sure. Why not? But the biggest thing I had was... Of fucking course they did this. The voice acting. The biggest downfall of this movie for me was the goddamn voice acting. I get it. Peter Cullen and Frank aren't fucking big names like fucking Chris Hemsworth
or
Scarlett Johansson or whoever the fuck played as Megatron, Brian Henry, which they're good actors. Actors, not voice actors.
Yeah.
I had such a big problem. It was throwing me off the film, was the voice acting. The only voice acting I actually liked was Steve Buscemi's Starscream.
Yep, I loved his Starscream.
I did like Steve Buscemi as Starscream, but for some reason, every goddamn time in every goddamn movie, for some reason, or show, I feel like they always sideline Steve Buscemi in everything. Buscemi. Yeah. And I think he's a fantastic actor, and I think he's a good voice actor as well in this.
Oh, yeah.
That's the big issue I had with this film, was the goddamn voice acting. Chris Hemsworth sounded like Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, he didn't change up that much.
He said, don't get me wrong, they look like they had fun, but it was another paycheck to them. And that's the problem. If there's one thing that I know about, at least Peter, I believe his full name is Peter Collins, when he auditioned for the voice of Optimus Prime, he talked to his brother came back from Vietnam, and his brother gave him some advice about getting the job, about think of what a hero is to you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's how we got the iconic voice of Optimus Prime. This was not Optimus Prime.
Yeah, I agree.
This was fucking Thor. What the fuck? So, yes, I'm pretty annoyed at the fact that they did not put their 100% into this voice acting. And honestly, it did hurt it, especially me playing back at least the War for Cybertron right now, or in the Fall of Cybertron. Their voice acting is superb. Yes. It is fantastic. But going to the movie of this and what I thought about the film, I thought the CJ was fine. Yeah, it's some really nice opening shots. It was interesting on what they did with the story. Different take on it at the very least.
Yeah. And remember, I agree with you, especially since this is not the first time that they change Optimus Prime's voice actor. They did it before in Netflix. They did it before in cartoons, and it does happen. But I do think that Chris Hemsworth is probably the weakest Optimus Prime that I pretty much heard in a long time.
I agree.
Remember his speeches when he tried doing that speech? I was like, I'm not gonna follow you. Like, he didn't have that impact like other Optimus Primes do. Well,
like I said, the biggest everyone fucking they do too many callbacks to the fucking 80s and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you might as well just should have cast Peter Cullen, the original Optimus Prime from the 80s. That's the problem I had. They could have had these star-struck characters and side characters be there too, but the problem is they have no faith in the goddamn writing or in the goddamn Transformers themselves.
Yeah,
which defeats the purpose of the original Transformers franchise in general. I mean, it's fine, stretch your fucking legs, but really, dude, they just wanted big names for the movie could at least be somewhat successful. That's why when you see these goddamn trailers, you have Chris Hemsworth, the actor himself, showing instead of the goddamn Transformers movie. That's what pisses me off.
Yeah, I could agree with that. I understand. Obviously, this is definitely not meant for you. It's for the young and upcoming who wants to have the feels for Transformers. They want to be, it's their parents bringing their kids
fine,
over.
But you're fucking having callbacks.
Yeah.
You're like, let's have this callback for these. It's for everyone. The thing is, I'm so sick of this shit. It's like fucking Marvel movie. That's the fucking problem I have with this goddamn thing. Is they do this fucking formula that it's like a safe formula. It's like a fucking layout piece of paper. It's like a rough draft that you have to follow for it could be either mediocre or just successful instead of just actually trying to be something good. But there were some things I liked in this film. I guess I did like some of those.
Oh yeah, I thought it was the things that you did.
Well, I definitely liked the last act a lot better than the whole fucking movie for the most part. The movie was, I get it. The jokes, like, that's the problem I had. The fucking jokes.
Yeah,
there was too many jokes.
Yeah,
I get it. There were some jokes that were kind of funny. Whoever plays as Bumblebee, fucking, I like the actor too, but he just
Michael Key.
Yeah, I like him as an actor and stuff like that, and I think he actually is good at voice acting. I just don't know. I mean, it was probably just the fucking dialogue he was given.
Yeah, but it wasn't that good. He was like the butt of the jokes, and basically
that's what his character was. And I mean, I get it. I see that they did do some stuff. I don't know if you got that. His skits from his old show that he did with Jordan Peele or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I did.
But the AA, I was like, okay,
it was funny.
It's a chuckle, but like again, it's like
sometimes the jokes kind of get. Kind of took the seriousness out of the
very
whole,
much so.
Like, it punches you out.
Very, very towards the end. Every time he showed up his scene, it's like, okay, you're taking away from this.
Yeah, this is a series of moments.
Yeah, what's supposed to be serious and what's unfolding. Scarlett Johansson. Oh, yeah. She's just Scarlett Johansson.
I think she's the weakest in this film.
It's just that they wrote her like Black Widow. It's like, come on, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like, give her some personality. That's the problem. Is that this is why fucking mentally ill people say things about like women leads and stuff, because they write them like this. They do the Marvel shit where they're like, give them their spotlight and shit. It's like, make them a character.
Yeah.
It's like the same issue right now with like House of Dragons. It's like, what I'm getting at is with the guys being all worn torn and stuff. It's only these women that are perfect. Of course, they're not perfect, but they're no better than the guys.
Yeah, I'll show you some of the clips, what they did before we saw this film, like how they were saying how, like, she's amazing, she's incredible, she has no flaws. It's like, I get it, bro.
The thing, I get, she's a fucking Transformer, and they're robots. The thing is with these Transformer characters, they give you feelings. They give you basically the same thing as humans do. Like, Optimus Prime isn't the greatest man ever. He had his flaws. He messed up. He lost Cybertron to Megatron.
True.
Even Megatron knows he fucked up with what he did with Cybertron.
Yeah.
There's even a comic where he literally actually turns himself in and stops where he does. And he literally goes before a court. It's like, that's humanizing him, at least making him relatable. Yeah, at least likable.
Yeah, this is what we always wanted to see in the big screens, but in a different kind of way.
The whole transforming stuff, I mean...
But what do you think of the animation? Do you like the animation? Do you not care about it?
I did like the animation. I did like what they did with the eyes. I'm glad they did that with the eyes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
A lot of this, towards more of the end of the scenes, you're paying attention with their eyes. And they're, especially Megatron's changing his eyes. I did like what he did to Zeta Prime or Sentinel Prime.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was gonna do that.
Yeah,
but
so that's kind of the thing
Yeah.
that kind of shocked me too. I
Yeah.
was like, whoa, okay, that's
Yeah.
good.
I was like, all right.
Now you're speaking my language.
Yes, exactly. That's like I said. The last act was the better part.
Yeah,
of
the
the
best
film.
part about it.
I did also like how they showed one of the primes. You know, when he was showing everything. It's just like the beginning of the film, slow.
Yeah, the first act wasn't
Very
good.
slow. We're butt of the jokes. I mean, I thought the whole race was an interesting concept. Yeah, but I thought the whole beginning of the scene with the racing was an interesting concept. But anyways, going to what I completely think, I'm diving in real fast before I get into the spoilers and stuff. I think it's just a mediocre film. If you have kids, definitely take them to the movie and watch them. Make them become Transformer fans.
Yeah.
Because Transformers, it can be for everyone, that's for sure.
Yeah.
There's darker series, like the Michael Bay's trilogy is pretty much technically darker.
Yeah.
You got this version, which is pretty much lighter. It's more kid-friendly, which, of course, Transformers are for kids.
Yeah.
There's no denying that. It's just whether you grew up liking them or not. The thing is, like, you could do a lot with it. The film was fine. The film was okay. It wasn't the worst film of the year.
It's just an average film that family members could go and see.
I wish it was funnier, like Despicable Me. Unfortunately, it was not.
Nope.
I thought it looked prettier than Despicable Me.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because the only problem I have is with Illumination is that they're damn. It's like the same thing, and I did like this version of them. I like the animation; it was pretty good. I did only have a problem, couple scenes with the camera angle. It was like too zoomed in.
Oh yeah, like it just felt
when they're
off.
fighting a little bit.
Yeah, pretty average film. So it's just for family members that bring your noisy kids.
Exactly.
They'll shut up for an hour or two, and I did hear a lot of adults laughing because I'm pretty sure they're enjoying themselves as well because they don't have to turn around and tell their kids to be quiet for a whole hour.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just something in good entertainment that they could actually enjoy along with their kids.
Yeah.
And if you're a Transformers fan, go see this.
I mean, it's definitely interesting. I think it is interesting they give Megatron, of course, a different personality. It's nice. It was actually kind of nice to see him different.
All right.
The problem is,
we'll go into it.
Yeah. Okay. But as for where I stand in the film and my rating for the film, I'm gonna rate it right now. I just give it a C. That's it.
All right. C minus, C plus.
It might be a C minus as soon as we tell it. But go ahead.
All right then. All right. So this makes me a little bit nervous saying, but because I did enjoy this film more than you, I'm pretty sure. I came here with low expectations. It increased my expectations because of that, because I knew what I was walking into and I knew what I was going to come and see, especially when there's kids more than, it's kind of the same thing with me with Despicable Me 4. I came with low expectations. It rose it up a little bit for me. I'm not going to say it's the best animation movie of the year. No, I'm saying it's a very okay, great, like I like kind of film, because there is moments that did punch me out, but then pull me back in. And it's rare kind of doing that to me. Yeah. Because I did enjoy some of the beginnings, like where Optimus and Prime were actually kind of like brothers. They were like kind of bros. Like I did like those kind of scenes, even though it's not very accurate to the whole, Transformer thing. But I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to humanize these characters so we can enjoy them, especially for kids. Because they were kind of, not like, they did battle with each other before, like friends back in the day, but then all of a sudden they just fell apart and we never got to explore that kind of way until now in the animation things. And yeah, we don't have no humans. That's a plus for me. I get it. It's not going to help a lot if the characters don't do that very well. Just like you, boy, I don't like the voice acting that much. I don't like Chris Hemsworth as Optimus Prime. His speeches didn't stick the landing.
Awful.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. As Optimus Prime, I kind of saw him here and there, but to be honest, I don't see him as well. But obviously, the only one that did shine for me was Steve. What was his name? Buscemi, who basically played a real mean, Starscream. Yes. And the only annoyance that I did have in the film is Scarlett Johansson, who just feels out of place. Like, to be honest, they could have done this without her. and have more time with Bumblebee at least being a little bit more serious. But I get it that they're trying to make at least comedy from Bumblebee, but I wish they didn't do it that far.
Yeah.
Especially when he does a joke every single time when there's a serious moment, and it just kind of ruins the impact of it. So yeah, I do find kind of aggressive stuff that I don't like about this film, but I do like some of the animations. It does look very good. I was surprised when they went to the surface, and for the first time seeing that, I was like, oh my god, that's pretty good. I like it.
Animation there was nice.
Yeah, exactly. And I did like how there were some unexpected characters there, like Shockwave, Soundwave, and I was just like, "Oh, sick!" I thought we weren't gonna even see these characters, but I'm kind of happy they were there.
Yeah, it was cool to see them.
Yeah, and I did like Sentinel Prime. You know how he's basically a very good. I will explain more on spoilers, but I did like his character overall, what he was representing, and I did like how he basically, was going into detail with his arc when going through this. I did like the primes. I did like the new, what do we call it, the leader Archspark, whatever it's called.
The Matrix of Leadership?
Yeah, Matrix of Leadership. I did like how they went to go get it and how the visual effects were kind of going at it. It was pretty good. And I'm not going to go any further than that because I do want to go into spoilers, because I will definitely give this it's a B-. Just because I like it just a little bit better, because there are some moments I do want to talk about that I did like when it did punch me out, but then pull me back in. Just like the Megatron part, how he just, became Megatron and kind of just did these ruthless things. And I was like, you know what? I could see that. And I could see that Starscream, the voice actor, he kind of saved the film for me. Yeah. I love Starscream. I'm a big Starscream fan. Enjoyed him ever since, even though there's some things I could argue with, like, would he actually do that? But I did like this film more, a little more. And I do think if you are a Transformers fan, if you do have family members, go out and see this, and maybe they'll become Transformers fans, and then maybe you could pick up the game of Transformers Cybertron and then play it with them and see how real men play.
Yeah.
And that'd be basically just kind of convert them a little bit once they're ready, because obviously this is just something that kids will turn off their brains with and see some Optimus Prime going at it with Autobots rollout.
That's right.
Yeah, so I think I enjoy this a little bit better, but of course I have I have low expectation with this film. So of course I gave it a B-. So either way, do you want to talk about anything else?
Oh, I do in the spoilers.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about spoilers right away.
We gotta dissect this movie because I want to say stuff.
Yeah, I don't
want to ruin because this movie did just came out.
So if you have family members, Transformers, and you're a big Transformers fan,
I
do
check
recommend
it out,
check it out.
If you're a Transformers fan,
yeah, if you want to wait, you can. I think you could watch it on the streaming service once it does. Yeah, go ahead.
Definitely better than Kung Fu Panda 4.
Oh, absolutely. I think everybody could agree with that.
I will say that. Better than Kung Fu Panda 4.
Yeah. So obviously it's not the best for some, and it is it's just an average film.
Yeah, it's an average Transformers film. Yeah. I mean, it's better than. It's probably, if anything, it might be better or on par in the late Michael Bay films for the Transformers. They got pretty bad towards the end.
Well, I didn't see any of it.
I've seen like bits and pieces of like the characters, and I'm like.
So there we go. There you have it. We gave it a C-, and I gave it a B-.
No, I gave it a C.
Originally. Oh, okay, an average C, and I gave it a B-. So that's what we gave our opinions for. Go see it if you like to. If not, you could wait for it on the streaming service. But until then, we'll see you next time. And if you want to see us talk about the spoilers, still stick around. All right, later, guys.
Later.
All right, spoilers.
All
right, so let's go right into it. So what the hell was with the jokes? The jokes were the one things that kind of were misputting a little bit of the whole serious part of the whole film. Like, when... What was his name? The old Autobot they found in the cave.
Yeah.
One of the primes, and then all of a sudden Bumblebee did a joke, and I was just like, "Are you serious? You're doing this now?"
It's just every time there was something serious, I get it's fine, but not when there's like a serious moment. It was too frequent that it became noticeable.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's fine. Like if you think about the first Avengers. When Loki yells at the Hulk and then he just fucking whacks him around like that.
But that's funny, and I can see that happening.
That wasn't funny, even for the first time. It was, and then he says "puny god," like that.
Okay, that was
because everything was
far,
serious already.
Yeah,
like in the film, and that's the problem. That's the problem that I have with everything going on. Like, with these type of movies that, like, I mean,
It's just trying to have a little bit
Yeah.
something for the kids to actually laugh about. And remember, kids were laughing, adults were laughing, and they were laughing a lot.
This is a problem that I'm having with a lot of films as of late.
Yeah.
This is a problem I had with Speak No Evil. This is a problem that I've been having with a couple movies I've been coming out with, especially is the fact that it feels like they think that we have the attention of a fucking toddler. Everyone. This isn't for a toddler, it's at least for a 4 and up. The thing is like, what I'm getting is that they try rushing to things all the fucking time. That's the problem I have with lately Hollywood films and American films.
Especially if you've been seeing very better films throughout the year.
Yeah,
so I could see it.
That's the problem. And I have been seeing that a little bit. And that's the problem that is an issue in films like this.
Yes,
but
he's opening his critic eye.
Yes. But anyways, you know, as for fucking jokes, it's like, all right, you guys need to tone it down a little in the serious scenes at the very least. Like, I know it's a fucking kids movie, but at least during the fucking...
Again, it's not for us, it's for the kids. And remember, their attention span is a lot less than us, so they want to put something there to get their attention right back up. That's why those scenes are there.
Yeah.
If it was just meant for adults, it would have been more serious throughout the whole film. And trust me, there were some serious moments where Megatron destroyed Sentinel Prime.
Yeah,
and remember, Sentinel Prime was this, this idolized god that basically every Transformers look up to, especially Megatron.
Yeah, which I actually did like what they did with Megatron here is that he idolized the Primes.
Oh yeah,
which makes sense on how he kind of becomes these false damn prophets and stuff like that, where Megatron himself puts in his brain, you know what, they're not going to do this, I'm not putting my faith in them, my time, I could do it, and I will do it. So I like that mentality that they give him in the movie when he finds out that literally everything he believed in on the damn Primes was fucking false.
Yeah, I did like that a lot. It was really, and I did like, besides the whole prophet thing, when they're, basically all these Autobots were basically miners, and they actually had those, what do you call those?
They called it a transformation core, I think.
Yeah, transformation core, which all new
I
to
thought
me.
was an interesting take for the Transformers series.
And
I'll take it.
Yeah, exactly. It was nice, and they throughout this whole, like, when they were first born, they thought they were just miners. Like, there weren't no Transformers. Like, they couldn't even transform whatsoever. They just there and work. Basically, they're just like a normal job.
Yeah, basically a 9 to 5.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're working, day in, day out for, like, the big overlord.
Yeah.
And he's getting everything just for another bigger overlord, which is kind of just like, I like that scene. Those are, like, the things that kind of went, like, really well for me. But, of course, there are some scenes that I did hate. Like, obviously, Scarlett Johansson's, I guess she's having fun a little bit, but doesn't make her character even less, bearable. I hated that character. Because everything she's like, when she's there, I just like, oh, okay, you're gonna lecture something, like, you're better and everything.
It's like,
why? And why are you hating on Optimus Prime for saving a life? Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And all you do care is about your promotion? That's what you care about?
Yeah.
That's what
so much for
me.
being better.
Yeah, exactly. You did not show anything that you would risk your life for everybody.
Yeah.
Instead, you were like, to be honest, I thought, like, you would have been a better second command with Optimus Prime being an ass.
Yeah, that's the problem with that. There's a reason why he's the damn Prime.
Yeah, and Starscream was surprising for me too, because he witnessed the Primes getting...
So, the High Guard.
Oh yeah, the High Guard.
I thought that was a cool addition to the Transformers there. I actually did like the High Guard.
Yeah, exactly. I love that.
I did like that we're basically their own little faction. And again, I actually do like, because in time and time again, Starscream has only proven that he's been a terrible leader.
Oh, yeah.
In every aspect. He's only pretty much in it for himself and stuff like that. And I did like the introduction, how they introduced them. So I did like Steve Buscemi as him.
Oh, yeah. His voice acting was really good. I did enjoy, like,
I actually, and this is coming from me, like, I don't care for Starscream, but I will say that I wish he was
How dare
more in this film.
But yeah, that's the thing I did love about Starscream, which surprised me because he actually witnessed, when, Primes got betrayed by Sentinel Prime, because that's what it was, because Sentinel Prime wanted nothing but more power.
Yeah.
And he got it by making a deal with who?
I forgot what they were called.
The Collectors or something?
There's another war of fractions that the Primes are
Yeah, which
with.
I guess they were having a war with.
Yeah.
With the Primes, I guess.
Yeah.
And they didn't explore too much about it. I think they're actually real in the Transformers films. I can't remember. I forgot. I'm not that much of a big Transformers fan, but I think they play a mean role into it. But
I mean, it seems like they would have to do something for next because they don't clarify what happens to them. They just end up having their
they just bounce. They just got
because they had to take care of Sentinel Prime. This isn't a 3-hour movie. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it feels like there's going to be a second film.
They left it open because of course they probably took this as a step, at least the higher ups, to see if they can potentially make a successful movie without humans in it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And this is not the point that we're talking about as fans of Transformers. We're not talking about this. We're talking about the other films of the live adaptation films. We don't want humans there. Yeah. We want Transformers.
Exactly.
But of course you don't want to do that, but you want cringe. I'm being a hater to my own kind. So what?
Yeah. No, because fucking humans suck.
Yeah, because they just afraid that they can't humanize these characters. That's what they are basically thinking, the executives, that they can't rely on CGI face to do their job. But no, I prefer it that way. But either way, going back to the film, is obviously I do love Starscream. I was actually surprised he was doing the right thing, but he wasn't a very good leader. Because he was still hiding technically, but he was only striking when he feels like it.
Yeah.
So that's why Shockwave and Soundwave, didn't want to stop the fight. They wanted to see who, they want to see a different leader. That's what it was.
I did like that. They're like, just let it happen.
Yeah, just no. Yeah. And I did love how Starscream was fighting with Megatron and telling, like, he wanted his anger to get released, and he liked it. Yeah. Until he got serious and pulled out his mega cannon.
Yeah.
And almost obliterated him. So yeah, those are the scenes that shine.
Yeah, I did like that they, united under Optimus and stuff like that. I mean, I didn't like how they did it.
Oh yeah. Well, it was kind of mixture depending which part.
Nah, I'm just
united.
I'm talking about when their plan, she's like, I'm gonna hurt you, like, really.
Yeah. See,
that's the problem.
That's what I'm saying. And when Scarlett Johansson's, whatever her robotic character is, she loses everything that I cared about Transformers.
Well, like, I get it's supposed to be funny, but it's like, not funny. Yeah, the thing is, right there would have been good for a speech. Yeah, and that's what Optimus Prime's known for.
Yeah, instead she just comes out and punches Shockwave. Yeah. And you think Shockwave is going to let that shit fly? Of course. You would obliterate her. It's like, what? And yeah, exactly. See, that was a miscalculation from the writers.
That could have been an excellent scene. They were clearly leaderless.
Yeah.
Even though, they probably could have pulled through with Soundwave. Soundwave's an excellent leader.
Oh, yeah, he is.
But
he just likes Megatron a little too much.
Yeah.
That's what he does. So yeah, let's go right into the whole little breakdown about it, like how basically from the beginning, obviously there were bros, they worked with each other, Optimus Prime and Megatron. It's like kind of like teenage stuff. Basically, like Optimus Prime is trying to find like more leads on the leadership of the the power thing. And obviously he gets into trouble while Megatron always bails him out.
Yeah.
I did like those parts. This is the part where I think when the film is strong, when they're together, when they're working side by side, like they're brothers.
Yeah.
That's what shines. But obviously Optimus Prime in that younger youth, he does seem like an ass. Because let's be real.
Yeah.
He pulls he was happy, Megatron. He was happy until he was dragging him around because Optimus, he wants to do more than meets the eye.
Which, I think in the original, like, he's like a librarian, Optimus Prime, or Ryan Pax. And then it was Megatron who would really see the horrors and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
That's why he got really sick of it. But it was interesting to have them both down there.
Yeah, exactly. So after that, they go into the arena. You know where this, what was it, the 500 Ridge Racer kind of
Yeah,
thing.
it was like a race, which was I liked that scene.
It was a nice little scene.
It wasn't boring like Venom's fucking motorcycle scene.
Don't remind me of
It was
that.
actually cool. Like they participated in the race.
Yeah, it was really nice, and it was showing that Megatron was starting to get angry with Megatron, but not too much, or Optimus, not too much, because he was getting him into trouble that he almost got killed.
Yeah, a little too much. And I did like that it showed Optimus's leadership there. You know, not leaving behind and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that's what Sentinel saw, but I guess Sentinel was a dick. He was just like, yeah, I see you guys.
Yeah.
The miners trying to do more than what you're being told. I got a job for you guys. Take him to my finest place in the whole like Cybertron. Sure, not it was the dumpster.
Yeah.
That's where we get to meet our another favorite, Autobot,
Bumblebee, which is B like 147 or something.
Yeah, this joke kind of hit, and sometimes it kind of outplayed its welcome. Like I am badassatron or something.
Yeah, it was
like it was funny at first, and it just quickly
at the end it was.
Like, all right, I get it. Yeah. Calm down.
Yeah.
Like, please, let's get serious again. Don't go too far. But yeah, and this is where he's like, basically, he was there because he was kind of being like Optimus. Basically, he's being, doing
too much,
being more active, causing trouble, and basically just put him there.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't shut up. I guess that's what basically everyone was telling. Like, he won't be quiet, even if he's unconscious.
That was actually funny.
That was funny, yeah. And I did love that part. And obviously, after when they started discussing like what they found is basically a beacon, which I'm like kind of weirded out. I'm like, out of all the places they found a beacon to the old like Optimus Primes, the Primes.
You scrap for them, I guess.
Yeah, and guess where they were? In a cave somewhere. Which I'm like, fine.
Well, I mean, that's where the ambush was.
Yeah, but finding the what do you call it, the tracker there out of all places, like that's got to be some luck.
That was some luck.
Yeah, exactly. But it was a nice little sketch there, and after that they managed to get Bumblebee on board. Megatron was still pissed, but luckily Optimus knows how to bring people together to go searching for it.
I did like that Megatron idolized one of the Primes, and his symbol, which is the symbol of the Decepticons.
Yeah, I did like that part too. So what happens after that, boy? What happens after when they go into this awful train scene?
Well, what do you mean? We meet your best character, Lita, Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. And remember, she got depromoted because
of a cave-in that happened, which
Optimus Prime did every right. He did nothing wrong, and
he
she was
Jazz's
complaining, and she was ready to toss him under the bus. But for some reason, she deserved that.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, and I can't find a very good thing that she did besides that she needed to fight another robotic spider lady in the end. But but if it wasn't for that, I think she was not needed here, or at least they could have written her a little bit better instead of being a prick.
For real.
Because that's what she was. That was her job, is being an ass.
I get it. The stuck-up prick was her character, pretty much.
Yeah, it's like, you deserve that.
But go ahead. When they get up there in the surface, it was nice. How do you say?
Oh, yeah, after when they were she was ready to report on them.
Yeah. She
manages to escape and almost goes to the front level, and that's when we saw that beautiful scene they finally go to the surface, which it was really nice.
It was nice.
It looked beautiful.
It did. Like, the animation was really nice there. I will give it that.
Yeah, and then we got to see animals, deer, and I'm just like, wait, there's deer.
Yeah, robotic deers.
Yeah, I was like, what?
I guess, yeah.
And
then that's where we learn. Well, they fell out of the train because of the. I don't remember what the hell they were called. The villains.
I'll just call them the collectors. Let's call them the collectors. We'll call them the collectors for now, because they're not very important. That's why.
Apparently, they're the ones who killed the Primes, which we find out later that is actually Sentinel Prime, who joined forces with them to kill them.
Yeah, and it was a cool scene where we got to see the old robot. I forgot what was his name too. The old man of the like an old Autobot.
Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah, he was nice. How he had this kind of cool mystic or like sand power,
Yeah.
and he could transform into a tiger.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
it was like a little tribute to like the Beast what was it, Beast Wars? Yeah, Beast Wars. I did like that. I did like how, they showed what happened. I like Sentinel Prime pretty much killed them all.
Oh yeah, he didn't even care. He wanted his power.
Yeah, and he tried taking the Matrix of Leadership, but it left him.
Yeah, and this is the part where we saw Megatron actually felt betrayed.
Yeah.
Because all this time, there could have been more.
Yeah.
And he was doing everything right in his book.
Yeah.
And guess what? It was for nothing.
Yeah.
And he was smirking at his face to both of them.
When that's what really got him. That's what really drove him mad.
And I love this part because he this is when we got a lot of good taste with Megatron.
Yeah.
When he's like, we're gonna stop him. He's like, no, we're not. I don't want to just stop him. I want to kill him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make him march in the mines and make him work, and then I blast him.
Yeah, I did like that. Yeah.
I'm like, this is Megatron. I love it.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted.
The ruthlessness that he was thinking already and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
he was ready to go throw down already with them. Obviously, after that, of course, Optimus Prime, Chris Hemsworth, was starting to see that he is starting to go a little off, and he was trying to talk to him, but he just grabbed the beacon and started the proof that they have, and it was like leaking. He's like, I don't care. I'm gonna go over there and do it my way. And after that, obviously, they got tracked down, or actually, they got tracked down by the, what do you call them, the high.
No, they actually did find them.
No, like the Hyavens, the Starscream's clan.
No, but that was before they got attacked. Remember?
Oh, yeah,
and then that's when he died.
Because because after, of course, they got attacked.
They captured my boy, Old Prime.
Yeah, Old Prime.
But then they get captured by who we learn are Starstream, Shockwave, and Soundwave. The High Guard.
The High Guard, there you go.
Which were the most elite forces of the Primes. And
this is another cool little amazing part that I loved. That basically the High Guard are the ones who actually, that we talked about in non-spoilers, that they're the ones who actually were the only ones fighting them.
Yeah, pretty much the
not
good guys, surprisingly.
Yeah, they were the good guys. They were fighting them, but not very effectively.
Yeah.
It's more like an attack and run tactic.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
But it's something. It's not. They're not going to win the war, but they're doing some damages to them.
Yeah,
and that's what I like about it.
Which I did like the fact that it kind of drove them mad.
Oh yeah, that was a good one too.
Yeah. That basically them doing it nonstop back and forth, having no real like leadership or path to what to do.
Yeah,
is what we're kind of just making them kind of be rowdy and just surviving.
Yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do best. And obviously, Shockwave and Shockwave and Soundwave know that, and that's why they wanted different leadership. Yeah. And that's why when they saw Megatron, they followed him instantly.
Yeah,
instantly.
Yeah, they followed him instantly.
Because that guy has power.
Yeah, and he's determined. He has a plan.
Yeah.
I did like how they introduced Starstream with the chair and stuff, and
I just missed the crown and all that.
Well, that's I did like that. That's why I did like that they were doing kind of like
it's kind of like a nice little tribute, but for like for younger audience. He's just fighting them because that's what happened with the actual Transformers, where they did had an arena where they had Megatron and Starscream was basically the leader.
Or his coordination.
Oh yeah, it's coordination,
which they do again in the video game.
Yeah, and this one is kind of like it's just between Starscream and Megatron.
Yeah,
which Megatron easily won after when he had his full potential.
Yeah, which he pretty much unlocked because of Starscream.
And it was great. And guess what? They got attacked.
Yeah, they got ambushed. Through all that fighting, they ended up getting ambushed by them.
And I'm not gonna lie, these are really good fight scenes. I was actually shocked. This is what raises the bar for me.
Yeah, I'm glad that the action was there.
This is why it gets a B- for me, and this is why it's going higher by talking about it, but not too much. But because there's still bad stuff that I could go over, but I'm still talking about the great stuff because that's what it was. And this is what you said, like they basically got captured. Megatron got captured. B-47, what was it? Or B? Bumblebee gets
Bumblebee,
captured.
Starscream.
Yeah.
A couple of the High Guard gets captured as well.
Yeah, like a whole huge chunk of them.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that Starscream managed to get captured. I thought he left.
Yeah, I thought they did that.
Yeah, and to me, I thought it would have been pretty good because if Starscream, this is where I was hoping they would have played it off, but they failed to do this. So what they did wrong, they should have left Starscream there, and then have either Shockwave or Soundwave up in the getting captured. One of them, doesn't matter who, and then we'll have Starscream going like, no, we're not gonna go attack there. And that's when you could have Scarlett Johansson punch him in the face.
Yeah. Actually, I think it would have been better if they got Soundwave to get captured.
Yeah, exactly. See,
because
like
it would have shown Soundwave
as loyal as
the reason why he's as loyal the way he is.
Yeah.
That would have been a lot better. And it would
that.
have been funny, I guess, to see Starscream get punched in the face.
Yeah, exactly. By Scarlett
yeah.
Johansson. And
that
it would have made sense because it would have made like Starscream, yeah, he's a fighter, but he's also a coward too.
Yeah. And it would have solidified fucking Soundwave as seeing Megatron, because when we find out when Optimus and Alita get the rest of them to join them,
yes,
it would have solidified what happens to Megatron, what they see, what Starscream sees.
Yeah.
What we end up seeing is Megatron standing up to him.
Yeah.
Megatron showing
that he's like not afraid of death. He's just like, I don't care.
And the reason why I said it would have shown like how strong it was is because he pretty much brands Megatron with the symbol of Megatron is his Decepticon symbol.
Yeah, and that's how the symbol got created.
Yeah.
Which was really cool.
I did like that. I did like that they showed that. I like that Megatron wasn't backing down.
And it was nice. See, this is what I'm talking about, that they should have switched roles.
Yeah.
If they just switched roles, the movie would have been an A out of me, or maybe even an S. I mean, not an S, but close.
Yeah, it would have been.
Because it would have made sense. But I think they fumbled the ball there. Starscream should have been captured. He should have been like the one getting punched in the face. And then I would have understand, like, maybe this is why they see as Starscream not as much of a leader. Yeah. And they would have see that Shockwave or Soundwave more loyal to Megatron because he witnessed what they did up there.
That's exactly right.
But of course not. We're actually fixing their movie for them.
Yeah.
Because we know the characters better than they do. But yeah, and of course, I know those are like good high points, but of course there's still high points in the film as well, because after that, Optimus had a plan to go over there and attack him, but he needed an army.
Where do you win? The workers.
The miners.
No. The miners there. He united the miners, which most of them are, I believe, are Autobots.
Yeah, I think they're the ones who are the Autobots.
Yeah, mainly the Autobots, and I could see why they follow Optimus Prime.
To me, I felt, I could understand they followed him, but the speech wasn't good.
Well, that's because it was delivered by Chris Hemsworth.
Exactly.
I guarantee if it was delivered by someone else, or maybe Peter Collins.
Oh, yeah, I would have been like, let's do this.
Yeah, exactly.
Because remember, like, when people say, like, who's better leadership when they do all these debates, everybody's going to say Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Like, every speech, if you're going to war, I want to hear Optimus Prime.
Even I think Chris Evans probably would have been better.
Probably.
Because, he's Captain America. At least he does some speeches. Yeah. And they sound right. This was coming from Thor. And the problem is how they written Thor, too, I think.
Yeah.
And people see Chris Hemsworth as Thor. He says these lines,
and I'm just like,
and then it's always like a joke or something like that with his character, which is probably why he doesn't want to play as Thor anymore much.
I just want to go a little bit the other way.
But his speech didn't hit.
Yeah, it didn't, but it got the Autobots to rally, and guess what? They do, and I think that was one of the weakest fights for the Autobots, because all they did was have jetpacks when the big battle was going on between the high guards versus the Sentinels, troopers. Yeah, which was a good scene too.
Yeah,
the fights were really good. That's what I like about it. Except for one of the fights where when they were running away, like from the cave, that was probably really bad because they were trying to figure out their.
Yeah, I'm glad it was short though.
Yeah, it was short. Yeah. But I think that was the only negative part because it was coming from a serious part and into a clowny part. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? Fine, I don't minus that much points, but it was one of the negative things.
That's before they got captured, actually, before Starscream.
Yeah, exactly. But Yeah, those were one of the things I did not like. But
This
remember,
was
it does
here,
get better. Yeah, over
towards
time.
the end, absolutely, it does get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after that, they come into the rescue, and they needed to have some proof to take down Sentinel, in which they do because the Spider Lady was there.
I think Arachnid was her name.
Yeah, and basically they needed to get her, and the only way to do that is to keep her alive and hook her up in machines to show it to everybody, and they do.
The whole I was it Icon, I think is the capital.
Yeah,
where they show it,
where everybody start figuring out that he's been lying throughout this whole time, and this is the great part too when they went to go rescue Bumblebee and Shockwave or Starscream and everybody, where or Sentinel Prime was mocking Megatron like, you like that guy, one of the primes, because he's very stronger. Yeah. This is why I took his core. Yeah. And I'm going to use it to kill you as an insult. And obviously, Megatron had enough. He wanted to fight him, and they were fighting it out.
Yeah, I did like that they were fighting.
Yeah. And he won.
Yeah, very much so.
He beat him.
Yeah.
Well, he almost could have died, but he managed to overpower them eventually. Yeah. After when the proof was out, he won, and he was ready to blast him. But guess what? We had another fight scene. It was basically Megatron versus Optimus Prime. Yeah. And I thought they weren't going to go this far.
Yeah. I did like how, Optimus went in the way. He shot him.
Oh, yeah. It was showing that how much, even though how bad that person is, he still want at least to have some justice for that kind of, like he still wants to do the right thing.
And I did like that, when Megatron let him go, he's finally decided to himself, like he said, in order to make this decision, I have to let him go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, when he got shot and he was falling?
Yeah.
And Megatron saved him again?
Yeah, at first. I did like that he actually did catch him.
Yeah.
And then, he was thinking about it. And then he's like, you know what? I have to make this change.
Yeah.
He's like, you right now clearly are opposing my opinion. He's like, I have to let you go. Yeah. And that's why he let him go. And then that's when we get him fucking Sentinel Prime in front of everybody.
Yeah, and this is another cool scene because I didn't know that he was falling to the core, or he got kind of pulled into the core.
Yeah, he got pulled into it.
And I love it because this was the part where Megatron finally became what he really wanted, to become a leader himself. Even though he did not want it at first, but now he did. After when he killed Sentinel Prime, he took the core and he's like, I'm going to be the new...
I like how it was showing them both transform.
Oh, yeah. And especially when Optimus Prime was talking to the other Primes, he's like, you have been chosen to lead this. And obviously he came bursting out. See, this is the good stuff. I love it. And once they came out, obviously Megatron lost it. Yeah. He started destroying everything. Yeah.
He said it was time to rebuild it differently.
Out of ashes.
Yeah. So
he did got a little crazy.
Yeah, him and his Decepticon followers were following him. Optimus Prime shows up, and then that's when we learned that that's what really broke us, when we found out that Optimus was chosen as the Prime.
And so after that they had a pretty cool battle. I did like this part too. I like it how when Optimus Prime was fighting, and when he finally had the core, basically the leadership of core, like he got a boost up and he was fighting all four of them.
Yeah, I did like that.
Like he was fighting Megatron, he fought Starscream, Shockwave, Soundwave. Yeah. He did basically the impossible. He became a one-man army. Yeah. That we always love to see. We even saw it in the Bumblebee movie where Optimus was fighting so much Megatron.
He was fighting Decepticons. Yeah.
And he did this is the stuff that we want. Yeah, this is what we want for Michael Bay, from the second one when he fought everybody. Yeah. This is sick. So after that, he managed to overpower Megatron and he could have killed him. Yeah. But you know what he did? What he did, boy?
He let him go.
He banished him.
Yeah. Which is cool when he cut his gun. Yeah, with this axe, which showed the iconic axe. Yeah, that from the original '80s that Optimus Prime would use.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's.
I thought it was just a silly axe.
No, that's his iconic sword or axe. I mean, he lets Megatron go, and Megatron vows that he was gonna return.
Yeah, and the one another sad kind of heartstringing moments. He looks at what was it one of the symbols of like when he had his favorite logo for one of the primes, and he got a flashback how they became friends for the first time.
That was cool.
Yeah, and it was like cool. I'm like, see, these are the heart moments. This is what humanizes these characters.
Yeah, exactly. You could do that with real CGI. Just make sure they have facial expressions, not like Lion fucking King.
Oh yeah, of course. But see, this is what we're talking about, and we love it. We enjoy it. I kind of don't want this movie to fail because I don't want this movie to fail because I do want another one if they do it right this time.
Yeah,
I could go for another.
Yeah, I think I could go for one more too.
Go a little bit to the mic.
I said I think I could go for another one too.
Yeah, I could go for another one.
I believe they can do it.
Yeah, they were so close. Yeah. Even though they had cheesy lines, they had some dialogues, they had one awful character in my opinion.
Yeah, they just gotta tweak the characters.
Yeah, tweak him a little bit better. I did like a little cameo from Jazz. I wish they could have done a little bit better with the script, and maybe the next time around they do it better.
Yeah.
So
I hope whatever critiques they get in this movie, they listen.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna make their money.
I hope they make.
I'm sure they will. There's a lot of people that probably will see it. The trailer did make it look like it's for kids. Kids are gonna go see it with their parents, and obviously, parents do want a day off, so they're likely gonna go and see this.
Definitely.
And so yeah, I do believe that it's gonna succeed very well. So yeah.
As far as ratings go right now, they're looking good.
Yeah.
But we'll see when it's officially out.
So either way, I think I like it. I enjoyed it. Good fights, just not very part voice acting. Only some have perfected it here and there. It is a good film. I like it, but there is some things that does hold the film back.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure in the next one they will hopefully fix those. But if not, we could have the same problem again. So either that, I'm just hoping they do listen to the fans.
Please.
Remember, there is always room to improve. If you're going to make a Transformers movie, remember, no humans. Please. I don't care. Don't do it. And if you're going to do a live action movie, don't show the humans again. For the love of God, we just want the Autobots, Megatron, Decepticons. Yeah. I don't care. Just have the robots. I want robots, no humans. And yeah, that's all I got for you. Do you want to talk about anything else?
No, that was right.
All right. Well, that's all we got for you guys. Well, we'll be seeing you next time with the next movie review. All right. Later, guys.
Later, guys.